Jesus Christ. He is a king of the Jews. He's Jewish. Let's not forget that. King of Israel. He's going to rule the world through Israel. King of all the ages, King of heaven, King of glory, King of kings, and Lord of lords. The question is, do you know him? Do you really? Not just quoting verses. Do you have a relationship with Jesus? He was a prophet before Moses, a priest after Melchizedek, a champion like Joshua, an offering in the place of Isaac, a king from the line of David, a wise counselor above Solomon, a beloved, rejected, exalted son like Joseph, and yet he is far more. The heavens declare his glory, and the firmament shows his handiwork. He who is, who was, and who always will be, the first and the last, he is the Alpha and the Omega, the Aleph and the Tav, the A and the Z. He is the first fruits of them that slept. He is the I am that I am, the voice of the burning bush, as he so claimed in John 8. The captain of the Lord's host, the conqueror of Jericho, he is enduringly strong, entirely sincere, eternally steadfast. He is immortality, graceful, imperially powerful, impartially merciful. In him dwells the fullness of the Godhead bodily, the very God of very God. He is our kinsman redeemer, as we learned in Ruth, and he is also our avenger of blood. He is our city of refuge, our performing high priest, our personal prophet, our reigning king. He's the loftiest idea in literature. He's the highest personality in philosophy. He's the fundamental doctrine of theology. He's the supreme problem in higher criticism. He's the miracle of the ages, the superlative of everything good. We are the beneficiaries of a love letter. It was written in blood on a wooden cross erected in Judea some 2,000 years ago. He was crucified on a cross of wood, yet he made the hill on which it stood. By him were all things made that were made. Without him was not anything made that was made. And by him all things are held together, Paul tells us in Colossians. A question. What held him to that cross? It wasn't the nails. At any time he could have declared, I'm out of here. What held him to that cross? It was his love for you and me. That's what held him to that cross. He was born of a woman so that we could be born of God. He humbled himself so that we could be lifted up. He became a servant so that we could be made co-heirs with him. We can't even begin to know what that means. He suffered rejection so that we could become his friends. He denied himself so that we could freely receive all things. He gave himself so that he could bless us in every way. He is available to the tempted and the tried. He blesses the young. He cleanses the lepers. He defends the feeble. He delivers the captives. He discharges the debtors. He forgives the sinners. He franchises the meek. He guards the besieged. He heals the sick. He provides strength to the weak. He regards the aged. He rewards the diligent. He sympathizes and he saves. He's incredible. His offices are manifold. His reign is righteousness. His promises are sure. His goodness is limitless. His light is matchless. His grace is sufficient. His love never changes. His mercy is everlasting. His word is enough. His yoke is easy and his burden is light. I would love to describe him to you. He's indescribable. He's incomprehensible. He's irresistible. He's invincible. The heaven of heavens cannot contain him. Man cannot explain him. The Pharisees couldn't stand him and learned that they couldn't stop him, the personal representative of the ruler of the world in his time, Pontius Pilate, couldn't find any fault with him. The witnesses couldn't agree against him. Herod couldn't kill him. Death couldn't handle him. The grave couldn't hold him. He has always been and always will be. He had no predecessor and will have no successor. You cannot impeach him, and he isn't going to resign. His name is above every name, that at the name of Yeshua, every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess that Jesus Christ is the Lord. His is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.